Ready?
Okay. Hello, everybody out there in Facebook world. I am here in an undisclosed, beautiful location with Representative Heather Scott from Northern Idaho.
You are?
I am Representative Christy Zito, and I am from southwestern Idaho, as you all know. And why we are here tonight, but we're going to talk for a minute to give everybody a chance, or as many people as possible, to get on, because we think what we have to say is really pretty important. It's pertaining to the upcoming special session that will start Monday morning.
Maybe while people are getting on, I'll just get everybody up to speed. So when this pandemic emergency was called, the legislators wanted to go back into session to help because the governor had rewritten 24 rules and he's spending over $1.2 billion with no oversight.
No legislative oversight.
No legislative
just his
oversight.
Little group of buddies.
Yes, cronies.
Yeah, cronies.
And so we've been trying to call a special session. A lot of pressure's been put onto the governor, and all of a sudden then they decided, well, maybe we'll do some working groups.
Right.
To deal with certain legislation. So Christy and I, or Representative Zito.
You can call me Christy.
Okay.
Everybody calls me Christy.
Okay, Christy and I were on both of the committees that had bills we were addressing.
State Affairs and Judiciary and Rules.
And we want to talk in particular about judiciary and rules because there's some major issues of giving immunity. Obviously, the governor wants something because he's calling us back into session.
It didn't matter what you wanted as citizens on the 23rd, to be able to address the spending and everything else. But now that there's something that's wanted by the executive branch, we're going to go back into session, and that's okay. That's okay. We're going to deal with it, but we want you to be clear on what's happening and what's going on. So we wanted to do a quick video to kind of fill you in on what we know.
And so the bill, we were given the bill in the working group. It was very specific language. And then some amendments were added. We were not allowed to discuss anything or any new amendments. It had to be these specific ones that came from Chairman Cheney and IACI, one of the largest, most powerful lobby groups in the state. And
if not the most powerful in the state.
Yeah, and they put a ton of money against both of us, but I guess I will just take a quick pause and let you know you need to look into the Idaho Secretary of State's site and look at how much IACI, which is part of the hospital districts and the pharmaceuticals and big business, these are the big boys, go see how much they gave to your legislator because that's going to influence this vote. I have a feeling.
Well, you never know, but it doesn't hurt to know. It doesn't hurt to know who's bankrolling the people that we vote for. That's never a bad thing. So I think what I'll do is I'll talk a little bit about the working groups that we had, specifically the Judiciary and Rules. Like Heather said, when we were in Judiciary and Rules, we only got to discuss very specifically the 8 amendments that were brought forward, and we got to vote on those. We didn't get to change them. We didn't get to add to them. We didn't get to amend them. It's this or nothing. Now today, I believe it was 4 o'clock. Around 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We got a brand new bill. We got changes to the bill. Chairman Cheney made changes to the bill, and then during a whiteboard, whatever you want to call it, walkthrough, I think is what they call it, at 4 o'clock, we were told what the changes to the bill would be. Now, we believe that there should be immunity. I personally believe that this virus is an act of God. I don't think that anybody should be able to sue anybody over an act of God. The virus, you can't really know for sure where you get the virus. You can't really know for sure where you spread it, how it's tracked. And this bill will make it so that businesses become the enforcers for health districts, for example. Heather's going to talk more about that.
We want immunity for everybody. Not just government, not health districts, not little carve-outs. We want everybody. Single person, equal immunity. Government or the people making the rules, enforcing businesses to enforce these rules on their customers and their employees.
Well, even individual citizens, let's say that your kid's friend comes over to play, test positive for COVID, are you going to be liable for that? So if we have simple blanket immunity, that takes care of everybody and everything. So go ahead.
So this bill, what it will do is it will empower these public health districts. We have 7 of them across the state. They can have different rules and regulations for every district like we have now. This gives them immunity for whatever they do. These are unelected bureaucrats It's just wrong. It's just completely wrong.
It is, and we're giving lawmaking power, and we're codifying the fact that these entities can have this basically lawmaking power by writing this into the legislation that we are. Now, there is legislation that has already been written. It has been presented in several states across our country. Utah has a fairly decent model, and it is simply written. It's a blanket immunity for everybody against a virus, which is an act of God. I mean, we can conspiracy theory and China this and China that all we want, but no, when it boils right down to it, some people get it, some people don't. My sister-in-law was tested positive, and everybody she's been around forever didn't. So really, it's hard to say how it really is. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, this bill is using government to get businesses to enforce orders on people, and that's the big problem with it.
It is. It's, you know, it's going to pit businesses against customers. It's going to pit neighbor against neighbor. It's going to turn us all into little, excuse me for a better term, little brown shirt enforcers, and we don't want that. So this simple bill that's been drafted, not drafted, but that has been written and it has been presented in other states across the country, has been presented to Representative Cheney, and it has been presented to leadership. And I'm pretty sure that the governor has read it and seen it. You know, he's a member of the Western Governors Conference, and this bill doesn't come from them. I'm pretty confident. I can't say for sure, but I'm pretty confident that it didn't. So what we would like to see happen is we would like each and every one of you to call your representative, call the governor's office, call our state leadership, and let them know that you want simple blanket immunity for everybody. And then call 7 of your friends and have them call.
Do the same thing.
You know, like the Brett Care thing.
No carve-outs for people that are going to enforce orders.
Right. Blanket immunity for everybody.
Because once we go down this road, this is such a slippery slope. Because what happens when the health district says everybody needs to have a vaccination, and you're going to have to enforce that on your employees and your customers, or you're going to get sued, and that's the problem.
It is. So I want to appreciate everybody that's commented. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, we should probably cut this short because I'm sure we'll have lots more to say.
Right. So maybe what we'll do is tomorrow we can do another video maybe on some of the other issues, or if we get a bunch of questions, if you want to email us questions or Facebook us questions, we can do another video tomorrow sometime and do another one. And then Heather and I will be at the State House Sunday afternoon, and Monday morning we will be ready to
in
roll.
Committee, probably voting on this bill. So testimony, if you can come to the Capitol and testify. You know, I have so many concerns about this bill, not just this, but there's a federal lawsuit right now against the governor, and I'm pretty concerned that this bill is going to give him immunity for gross negligence, and that's a problem. People need to be held accountable whether they're in government or not. And so
exactly.
Thanks for watching this, and hopefully we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. We appreciate you all. Love you all. Thank you for being there, for working so hard, for standing up, standing with us. Having our back means the world. Share this video. Contact those 7 friends. Let's get on this and let's get this done.
Look up donations from IACI. Always follow the money. Always follow the money. Because these legislators are going to be voting on this bill, this IACI bill. So it's really important you look at those numbers. Thank you.
All right. Have a good night.
Bye.
God bless you.
Yes. Did we do okay?